And you can smell their pipe tobacco and their maleness. And then their arm accidentally brushes against your bosoms, and the room is filled with the heat of a taboo lust.
What the hell were you doing at the racetrack?
Oh, Ma, come on. You're making too much of this. I haven't gambled in 15 years, and I didn't put down any bets for myself today either. It was just nice to know that I could still pick a winner.
This from a woman who's got a doing up.
Just thinking.
About what?
And how I'm going to tell Ma that she's not invited to the Bahamas. What are you doing up?
Dorothy, can I confide something in you I've never told another living soul?
Of course.
You promise not to tell anybody?
I promise.
Are you willing to spit in each other's... Dr. Elliot Clayton has bonged every female member of the country club. Can you let that happen to Dorothy? Can you let that happen to little Mei Ling? Hasn't she suffered enough?
Not as much as I have listening to that story.
Forget the scene.
I cannot afford any useless permits. Now, if he insists I have to have them, it's going to be on your head, period.
Well, I can't believe she said that. Exclamation point.
Well, who's to say? Question mark. New paragraph. What the hell am I saying? Rose.
In my studio. Well, what a pleasant surprise.
Laszlo, we all know.
We figured it all out this afternoon.
So, I am caught at last. Well, what can I say?
Blanche and Rose, get out. Dorothy, it's you I want.
Dorothy.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'd never seen him in overalls before.
I feel so ashamed. Everything you said about me is true. I'm a loser.
You're not a loser. You just need some help.
Well, maybe you're right.
Mrs. Nyland, I think a lot of sick and crazy. And to know what I have and that there are a lot of other people who have the same thing.
I don't like the name. I think I ought to have a better name.
Well, that's what Dr. Chang said. Chronic fatigue syndrome makes it sound like I'm just a tired person when it is so much more than that.
I think I'm happy about being arrested. Do you think I'm happy about missing Mr. Burt Reynolds? You think I'm happy about being locked up here with all this common gutter trash?
What did you just say?
Cute earrings.
Nobody calls me names. Come on, let's go. I'll let you have the first punch.
Punch? Except for the one I prepared. Laughter from the crowd. First of all, I would like to thank all the little people who have made tonight possible. Thank you, little people. Smile for...
What do you say?
No.
Okay, make it 100, but no monthly report.
Goodbye, Stanley.
Well, why don't I just wait outside, give you a few minutes to think this over?
Fine. He's still here in the morning. Let's give him coffee, okay?
It's a nightmare. We've been visited by the yachts of Christmas past.
We'll be back at the home building log cabins out of popsicle sticks.
Then it's settled. I'll call the lawyer and tell him to bring the baby as soon as he can.
Did he say if it's a boy or a girl?
He didn't say, but it must be one or the other.
You've been watching PBS again, Rose?
Dorothy, I'm going to my...
When's he going to grow up?
Well, why should he when you make it so easy for him not to?
Are you saying it's my fault?
Well, all I'm saying is, Dorothy, you have to do something, or you're going to end up with a 60-year-old kid who can't hold a job or have a meaningful relationship, who keeps running to you all the time for emotional support. Can you imagine a man like that? Look at that! I don't believe that! Look at what they have on!
Oh, calm down, honey. They're just trying to get to you.
Oh! Rose, take that off. What?
It was small consolation to find out years later there had been churn tampering involved.
Blanche and I are going to the other end of the cell. Don't cross this line.
such a nice young man.
Oh, he really is. But I'm worried about him. He's always been a little flighty.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Grandma Hollingsworth always said I was a little flighty. Or was it a little floozy?
Morning, everyone.
Oh, hi, Rose. You want some breakfast?
Oh, no. And I remembered. I mixed up the rooms, but I remembered. Of course, I thought the carving was in the kitchen. Sal used to hang his salamis in here. Dorothy, I may be fading, but I'm still holding on to some of the big things.
Yeah, and you might get more back.
Might? I insist. All I need is a little more...
He took off the goofy head.
He took off the goofy head. See? That's not so bad.
Of course, it wasn't really the wilderness. He'd drive in circles for about 20 minutes and then end up in the woods just beyond the barn. It was years before all the kids caught on to Dad's trick.
What do you mean, just beyond the barn?
Here we are.
Sometimes life just isn't fair, kiddo.
I cannot talk about this anymore. I'm just going to call Yakamura and give him my decision. Hello? Well, Rose and I are ready for our date. I just think it's so sweet the way the mariachi band all chipped in to go on a double date with Rose and me. Here they are now. Angelo, great party the other night.
Yeah, you look great in a tux.
Please? Yeah, I'd like to report a
But that wasn't a scheme, Sophia. That was a legitimate business.
And we lost our shirts. That's the beauty of the Swatter thing. You can't lose. It's a ripoff, pure and simple.
Who's the Sheraton?
Dorothy?
Cousin Magda!
Such a beautiful home. Who sleeps with government official?
That would be my friend Blanche. Oh my God, they've bonded.
Hey!
What are you doing?
We were going to watch the Nun story. I've never seen it before. Oh, she leaves the convent in the end. Here it is. Ironside.
It's like it's on fire.
Boy, you really caught a nasty bug.
Please, I'm 84 years old. I feel like this every day.
Never fear, Dr. Rose is here. I made you both an old-fashioned St. Olaf tonic, guaranteed to get you back on your feet and put hair on your chest. That's the one nasty side. Awesome. Morning, all.
Oh, Blanche, honey, how was your date last night?
Oh, unforgettable. Mel Bushman and I were coming back from a champagne picnic at Sunset Beach. We ran out of gas in the middle of nowhere.
Oh, my goodness, what did you do?
You name it.
Here and hit those books.
Oh, if you want a diploma, you have to apply yourself. Do you think Bob Hope got all those degrees without studying?
Rose, let me handle this. Listen, Blanche, nobody said that going back to sit calmly eating our bran flakes when there could be a dead man in the house. I'll go.
She's very brave.
Boy, I'll say.
I want someone to come with me.
I'll go. I'm from Sicily. What's the big deal? Game without our star player.
Rose, listen, I am getting sick and tired of being made out to be a villain simply because I play by the rules.
Relax. It'll all be over tomorrow.
Yeah, if I make it that far, I think I caught something practicing out in the rain.
So did I. Gee, I hope none of the boys caught it. Don't worry about it. Those... You're not telling us?
Oh, all right. I twisted my arm. Girls, Laszlo's asked me to pose for one of his sculptures.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. Look here. He gave me the key to his building. I have my first session with him tomorrow morning. Wow. Yeah, well, he says he's always wanted to do a piece on the mature woman, and he thinks I'm just perfect. It was dark in that hayloft.
Your father and I spent many an hour trying to figure out what to do with you. You drove that man to distraction.
Well, all right, maybe you talked about me, but that's not the same thing as being there.
I know that.
Tell us. Is it about Ernie?
He's lousy in bed. I knew it. I knew there was something wrong with him.
No, he's not lousy. Well, I don't think he is.
Well, either he is or he isn't.
Well, I'm sure he's not. Of course, I have no proof that he's not, but still he's not.
By the curse. Besides, I'm doing this for your own good. For my own good? The last time you said that, you volunteered me for psychological experiments.
Hey, the pay was good. And to this day, nobody can make it through a maze faster than you can.
It says touch my leg.
That's in case they missed the tattoo that says the same thing.
Boy, my mother would kill me if I ever did that. She never wanted me to shave at all. By the time I got to high school, the kids had made up this really mean nickname. Superhero Code, he'd never drop a girl.
Well, I'm glad the publicity stunt worked, and I could not be happier that you got your job back.
Freddie will be here any second. We've got a lot to celebrate.
Yes, I'm still Mr. Terrific, and he's still Mr. Policeman.
I cannot sleep.
Blanche, why is this a story about acceptance?
Oh, because years later, to get back at me, Kathy Lee slept with my daddy. That was something I had to accept. I know the way that they charge you for the whole night when you're only there for a few hours. My roommate Dorothy told me that. She's a slut.
The elevator stopped on every floor, and I had to hold my breath all that time. And I finally fainted, and I hit my head, and then I had to stay there because I had a concussion, and I had to hold my breath all the way down in the elevator to the emergency room. Then I had to hold my breath in the x-ray, where they ask you to hold your breath anyway. And then
I have great news.
wasn't as touching as I thought.
I'm just glad everything worked out. I never want to have to go through that again.
Oh, I knew it would all be okay.
You know, Rose, I think you deserve a lot of the credit. You're the only one smart enough to double check on that fire inspector.
Yes, I'm proud of you, Rose. That's so terrific.
3 cakes.
Yeah. Rose had planned a surprise birthday party for me. You were still living at Shady Pines.
You mean the home? Say it, Dorothy, the home.
Anyway, Rose had planned the surprise birthday party for me. Oh, I'll never forget it. I've never had such a surprise.
It was perfect. It was you, babe.
No.
You charmed them.
You were pretty impressive yourself. You gave them a respectable soft sell, and you made a deal that's going to profit both sides. You've come a long way, Sporny.
Thanks, babe. Well, I better be going.
It was a good evening.
Knock it off. It's water, not oil. Look, I'm not going out with him. You go, Blanche. What? Well, you like him. I know you do, so you go. What? I couldn't.
Of course she couldn't.
You stay out of this, Dorothy.
Well, why not? It's all over between us. He'll know that tonight. It's simple. Side goes, we just take things slow. And if it turns out that we can't be anything more than just good friends, well, that's good enough for me.
I'm a lucky man to have found someone like you.
I feel the same way. If you ask me, people rely too much.
Sorry. He said that tomorrow he wants to introduce me to his family. Now, if that is not the last step before a marriage proposal, I don't know what is.
Oh, that is wonderful.
Girls, I'm so excited. Just imagine being Richard's wife. I would be married to a gorgeous, intelligent man. I'd be living like a...
Stay.
Now, that check better be on my desk tomorrow or you will regret it, believe me. Understand? All right. I'll talk to you later, Dad. Oh, well, what have we decided?
You patch job.
Fine. I'll do what I can.
Well, goodbye.
Ma, where you going?
Oh, how do you do?
Hey, has anyone ever told you you are the spitting image of Miss Dinah Shore?
No. Oh, you're putting me on.
Of course he is. And Daddy, this is Dorothy.
I'm sorry. Things aren't working out anymore, and I don't know what to do to make them any better. You can't leave your wife, and I'm not cut out to be the other woman.
Dorothy, you know I love you.
I know that, but it's not enough.
I don't want to lose you.
I don't want to lose you. Rehearse what? You're a non-speaking townsperson.
We added a small stunt where Blanche gets tossed to the floor. Watch.
Well, I think I'm getting the hang of that, Patrick. I think I'll just go out in the backyard now and practice it on the lawn.
Patrick, what is...
Blanche, that didn't happen on Mother's Day. That happened Christmas Day. 1949.
You're right. Hey, that was Christmas. You remembered, Mama. Well, now I know why Hemingway killed himself. Oh, girls, I have writer's block. It is the worst feeling in the world.
Try 10 days without a bowel movement sometime. To work. Hey, why are you wearing makeup? So your mother won't be embarrassed?
Honey, he won't pay any attention to you no matter what you do.
Oh, yeah? I'm starting to chicken out.
Now, Rose, honey, don't you be self-conscious. There's probably lots of people here with bodies much worse than yours and Dorothy's.
Well, then guaranteed to make me gain back that pound.
Ma, all this eating you're doing is ridiculous. Now, I am sure you are already back up to 99 pounds.
We'll see. Wrong again, Kreskin. Still 98.
98 pounds? I can't remember the last time I weighed 98. Oh, fine. Hey, you don't have a thing to worry about. You won't even have to think about Blanche. Because if you're going to be at that funeral, I refuse to go. There's something you know that you're not telling me.
You can ask me all the questions you want. You'll never break me. So you're not in love with this Eddie guy?
Oh, no, Ma.
Then why are you spending all your time with him?
Eddie's a love machine?
Skimpy outfits collecting phone numbers.
That's not true. I was not in a skimpy outfit and I got all these.
Hello, my name is Yvonne. Have you been here before?
See, you go to a woman's gym, you get hit on by a woman.
I work here.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to imply anything.
She just thought...
You know, I haven't seen her about 4 years. I don't know what to say to her.
Johnny Carson had that same problem the other night with F. Murray Abraham.
Good Lord, that's her. My beautiful baby girl. Oh, gosh, I can't do this. I'm not ready.
Blanche, come back here.
Oh, I need... I know what you mean.
Ma, we need to talk. I waited...
Where is this school? Jenny, what happened? He met a thin, blonde goddess.
Uh-huh.
One of those girls who has everything, you know, looks, money, brains, a body, and now my boyfriend.
Oh, honey, I've been in that position more than once.
You've been Stalag 17? I went for a walk. I couldn't sleep. I had a nightmare.
Tell me about it, Sophia. Sometimes I can interpret dreams.
Blanche sold the house, and I wound up back at Shady Pines.
This is a tough one.
Dorothy, please don't send me back.
Ma, I am not sending you back to Shady Pines.
Wedding elves still busy packing their tiny bundles.
Wedding elves.
It's that cheap hair dye she uses. It finally ate through.
No, we're doing fine, Blanche.
No, honey, Sophie, you're using too much rice.
Fine, this elf quits.
I hate phone calls in the middle of the night. Now I'll never get back to sleep. I'm as jumpy as a virgin at a prison rodeo.
Boy, that's pretty jumpy.
This is terrible. I wish it were over.
It will be soon.
I haven't been this scared since 1952, when St. Olaf's most active volcano threatened to erupt. Well, luckily, there were some Druid priests who were in town for the opening of Stonehenge land.
What? He's perfect. He's absolutely perfect. I cannot believe a man like that would be interested in Rose.
Well, I guess he's not perfect after all.
That's right, Dorothy. Thank you. I feel so much better.
You're living with Robin Givens.
I mean, thank you.
Blanche, 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 Blanche. It's time, Sophia.
Do I have to?
Don't be so sad. We'll be together again.
I love you, Sal.
And I love you. And tell my little Spumoni face something. I'm proud of her.
Once upon a time, I had a butt you could bounce a quarter on. Now you could lose a Krugerrand in the creases.
You're always losing everything. You lost our tickets to the Julio Iglesias concert. You misplaced 2 sets of house keys. You even had to have somebody help you find your car at the airport.
I know I didn't lose those earrings. I'll find them for you right now.
You better hurry up. I have to be there by 6 o'clock.
You've still got plenty of time. It's only...
What are they made of?
Silly putty Rose. I don't know, Rose. I just want to forget the whole incident. It's been a terrible night, and I am very upset.
You mean because Gil dropped out of the...
Good night, pussycat.
You came.
I said I would.
Come in. Come in and sit down. I have something to show Dorothy.
Listen, this is not just going to go away, Rose.
I know. But I think the first step is for me to make that call.
This is my mother, Sophia Petrillo, who has to be going.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Mr. Vaughn, my name is Blanche Devereaux.
Blanche?
And, this is Rose Nyland.
Rose.
And, this is...
Gee, that might even get you on the 6 o'clock news.
Well, the table on the lanai is all set. I guess Rebecca should be here with Jeremy any minute.
Blanche, did Rebecca bring Jeremy to Miami just to meet you?
I don't know. She didn't say, and I didn't want to ask.
But you think he might be her boyfriend?
Oh, I don't think so. I didn't see any pictures of him when I went.
Well, between my partners and me, we see quite a few.
Oh, it's a partnership.
Have you ever met Dr. Scholl?
Let's get to the point. Dennis, what do you take home a week?
It's all right. I understand. Sophia,
Way around. If for no other reason than to see Chevy Chase get his butt kicked.
You can't fight. You can't take a chance like that.
Look, I have to, Charlie. I need the money for school.
But what about your hands? What if something happens to your hands?
They'll be fine. And after tomorrow, I'll never fight again.
Or never play the violin again.
She looked at me and hoped I would marry rich. Which I did. Very rich.
Why didn't she ever say any of this?
She did. Who did she turn to whenever she's in trouble? Who did she come to live with? Her favorite. You. Leave anymore. I just lie there waiting for the authorities to catch up with me. Every siren I hear I know is for me. Every footstep outside my window belongs to that obsessive detective who will not rest until he tracks me down.
Blanche, you are being ridiculous. You know, I cannot remember when I had a sponge cake quite so moist.
Extremely moist.
The moistest.
Oh, no.
And it's finally happened. I cannot believe it. I have lost it, haven't I? In more back seats than any woman I know.
Ma, you're not feeling any better, are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
But you look terrible.
Gee, I guess I won't be making it in the Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue.
Maybe she's right. We didn't give Barbara much of a chance. First impressions can be wrong.
You're right. I remember when I was a little girl back in St. Olaf. There was this old lady who lived up the street. She never smiled. I mean, she always looked angry.
And it was heavenly. But before I tell you about my weekend, I want to hear all about yours.
You're looking at it. All I did was sit. Blanche was all over me like a cheap slut. I think you mean Sue.
Not necessarily. But you know, this proves something. Left to herself, Blanche... There's nothing I can do, so get that look out of your eye and let go of my hand.
Girls, I am so excited. I just got a big bonus at work. And guess what I've decided to do with it?
What?
I'm going to have my breasts enlarged.
Have each other. And I'll tell you the truth, when we had the money, we did crazy, ridiculous things. To be honest, I'm glad it's gone.
Girls, my cousin who took baby just sent us a letter.
Oh, please let there be catch in it. I can't stand being poor another day. Oh, I'm sorry.
What he did to me.
Blanche, this isn't about getting even. For 9 years you've been missing, George. Well, he's here, and I'm jealous of you. Tell him you love him. Tell him you hate him. I don't care, but just see him before he leaves. Do it for yourself. Dorothy, you're sleeping with a liar.
Don't worry about it, Rose. Most of the people I've slept with were liars. Good night.
Dorothy, a lie is like a...
Was perfect.
It was you, babe.
No.
You charmed them.
You were pretty impressive yourself. You gave them a respectable soft sell, and you made a deal that's going to profit both sides. You've come a long way, Sporny.
Thanks, babe. Well, I better be going.
It was a good evening.
Is there something wrong?
No! Whatever gave you that idea?
As long as there's nothing bothering you. Would you like us to defrost a loin of pork so you can scoop up the sauce?
Well,
I can imagine my heartbreak when one morning I find it dead.
How does a paper bird die?
Good question. Someone used it to restart the pilot light.
I'm going over there to kill her. I'll be back in time for Wheel of Fortune. Open up, you tramp. I know you're in there. Who is it? You can run, but you can't hide. Run, I can barely...
Of course, your speech endorsing public beheadings with no trial, I think got him a little concerned.
I know, he wants to see me again, but I think it's personal.
In my day, we didn't have therapy. We were too busy looking for food.
Looking for food, you mean to take back to your cave? Ever got a letter?
She never sent it. She forgets. I don't forget anything. Hi, Angela. Hi, Blanche.
No, honey, I'm Blanche.
Doesn't that make it confusing, having two Blanches in the same house?
And Angela, honey, wouldn't you like to lie down? You've had a long trip.
I don't want to lie down. I just got here. Oh, I always get tired after a long...
Hook.
I am going to freshen up and call my driver. Then I'm taking you for lunch and a shopping spree, Ma.
That Gloria's some special kid.
Oh, Ma, she's your baby. All mothers think their babies are special.
That's ridiculous. I think all my children...
We're both asleep. Why are you just getting in?
Because the justice system in America is an imperfect and sluggish piece of antiquated machinery.
We were in the slammer.
Our cute little pal stole some
Blanche, what happened with Jerry?
He said he wants... Very inspirational. Now we have to stop those penny savers. Come on, let's go see if we can get your hair greased back and find you a flannel shirt.
Oh, great party, Sophia. But where's the... Dorothy, did you have...
How could I? I mean, it always seemed to happen before I was in the room.
Look what we've eaten. Oh, and I can't sleep on a full stomach.
Would you look at what time it is? Would What?
You care for me? You care for a cat or a dog or a goat? When I tell you I love you and you tell me you care for me?
Oh, please, Sophia. I care for you a lot.
I'm going home and don't bother driving me.
Oh, look, Sophia.
I'd like to talk in private. Why are we in the dream in the first place if she's throwing us out? Oh, Jonathan, I'm just not sure I can go through with this.
Rose, I know this may not be the perfect relationship, but I care for you very, very much. If you feel the same way about me, we can look any problem, big or small.
Oh, I do.
It was a pleasure meeting you all.
Good night. Well, I guess that solves the mystery.
I'll say, who would have thought Blanche would date somebody that long in the tooth? I thought his teeth were nice. What I couldn't believe was how old he was.
You know, sometimes I really cannot believe my ears. Hi, Blanche.
Are we expecting company?
Yep, Barbara Thorndike. I introduced myself after the lecture. We went out and had coffee and talked for hours.
Here, I brought you this.
Because you're sorry?
'Cause I'm thirsty and I figured you might be too.
Whatever.
They're really quite a pair, aren't they?
Excuse me?
My father and your mother.
Except for the one that I have prepared. Laughter from the audience. What can I say about my good friend Agnes? I'll never forget the last time I spoke to her. She said, Rose, I don't understand you. You work so much harder than the rest of us.
afternoon. Sure, I can hold. Blanche, every time I turn around, you have the baby in your arms.
I think it's just amazing. Every time I pick her up, she stops fussing and goes right back to sleep.
But you shouldn't do that. The baby won't get used to sleeping alone.
Well, you never get used to sleeping alone. I haven't.
Dr. Zhivago is my favorite movie of all time. Now I'd like to introduce my friends. No, this is Dorothy. For you to come out of your room. I didn't say it was all right for you to talk to me.
You know, I'm kind of an expert in basketball. I mean, that's one of the interesting things about me.
Please, you've lived here for 2 months. There's nothing interesting about you.
No, I mean it. Ask me anything.
All right? When the hell are you moving out?
You kill me. Line number 1, avoidance of social activities. Number 2, people who can't hear act forgetful. Ma forgot about these tickets?
Oh, that was just an excuse. Sophia's not really getting forgetful.
Hot coffee coming through.
I don't want to encourage long stories, but it seems in this story you left out the
story.
That's the word.
Well, Charlie went right to sleep. We didn't, well, you know.
When he promised?
No.
I brought you an extra blanket.
Thank you.
Seems like old times, huh?
Oh, I love this house. I love this room. I just feel so safe here. After I'd visit Mom in the hospital, I always was so glad to come back here. Now here I am again. Only this time
on Halloween.
I've been called a lot of things in my time, but that's a first for that one. Yeah, I'm gay, Rose.
But Blanche told us you were married.
I was. After a while, I just couldn't deny the truth to myself. Seemed silly, still denying it to my big sister, doesn't it?
Well, have you tried telling her?
Every time I see her.
At the counseling center, we learned that the first reaction to catastrophe is denial.
Rose, I am not in denial.
Oh, yes, you are. You're just denying you're in denial.
Rose, I am not denying that I am in denial.
If you're not denying you're in denial, then you're in...
I knew they could. That's because of all the discipline I taught them.
Baloney, it's because of the team spirit that I taught them.
You're both wrong. It was the statue of Mussolini play I taught them. What's that? Everybody piles on the star quarterback on the first play, and then he's out of the rest of the game.
Oh, volunteering to organize this variety show is the worst idea we have ever had. We've hardly sold any tickets. We can't find an MC, and every act that we have auditioned is awful.
Dorothy, I've got some good news. I've had a change of heart. I'll let the triplets be in your show for free.
What? Sophia, that's...
And just yesterday, her biggest concern was whether Bubbles, the chimp, was traveling with Michael Jackson against his will. Okay, honey, tell us what's wrong.
What does this picture look like to you?
Me sitting on a throne dressed as Cleopatra.
Manager just told me they're turning the airwaves over to the National Weather Service. This studio has been designated an official hurricane shelter.
Oh, well, fine, but before I go, I would like to make one final plea. Now, I know there is goodness in your heart, and I know you want to give. Well, I am ready to take anything you have to offer.
When suddenly this big basil tree...
Ma, what the hell are you talking about? You're not making any sense.
I was hoping the late hour would help to mask that. I don't have a story about taking advantage of a dead guy for money. I got a great story about a Moroccan and a monkey. That really comes under
what you're doing. I don't need a lecture.
Well, Meg, you can't be happy with the way your life is going.
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, if you ever do want to talk about it, you know, neighbor to neighbor, I'm here.
I can carry a book. It's a free country. Even the Statue of Liberty carries a book.
You were driving again.
Who says?
This phone book is still warm. You were sitting on it so you could see over the steering wheel.
You know me, safety first.
You stole my car?
Only... Well, in that case, why don't we see what's playing at the movies? Yeah. Is this the Venuccio residence? It is? With nobody.
You know, Ma, it would be very nice if you could be a little supportive.
Please, I've always been supportive. Remember when you wanted to run away to Canada so you wouldn't get drafted?
Oh, that was my brother Phil.
Oh, yeah, I got confused. He was wearing your dress.
Barry was the man that I wanted to be the first.
First where?
On Mars, Rose. My first lover.
Well, so what happened?
Stanley. That's what happened. Stanley. I went to a drive-in with Stanley.
It's my Uncle Lucas. He's perfect. All man, all heart, all yours.
Blanche, forget it. It's not going to work out. I mean, he's a little bit country, and I'm a little bit too smart for this.
You've got Uncle Lucas all wrong. He's a man of cultivation and high taste.
Friends, can't we?
Of course we can. I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, well, so am I. You look lovely tonight.
I look like the mother of a solid gold dancer.
Girls, I want to give you... Mr. Hubbard? Mrs. Hubbard?
Yeah, hello, Rose. I see you brought along the hospital chef.
Oh, Jake, don't be pushy. What a cute little guy this is.
How about that? I haven't seen Grace show so much spirit since she came here.
Well, that's Jake's job to cheer up this.
The nature of the beast. They'd do it in the mud if they had to. You just go sleep with his best friend. That'll even up the score.
Am I on candid camera?
You mean you didn't get dumped?
Well, actually...
All right, Uncle Angelo. For the time being, I guess you can use Uncle Morris's old apartment.
Oh, Dorothy, thank you so much. My first apartment in America. Here, I will begin again. Here, I will start a new life.
Hello. Wow, aren't you Tiffany Blaine? The lady on Grab That Dough who stands in front of stuff and does this.
Yes,
Oh, hi, Blanche. How was your appointment with Dr. Rosenzweig?
Well, I was so nervous that I just rushed right in there and pulled off my top and said, well, what do you think?
What did he say?
He said...
Yes?
Young Vinny, this is Rocco. Johnny Milthum sent us.
Sophia, it's for you.
Notice when I was little, I didn't have to do anything. And I raised my daughter the same way. So that's why David is the way he is now. So it's all my fault.
Oh, now, Blanche, you can't blame yourself for David.
You're right. It's my mother's fault. I am going to give this list to David and see that he starts right away.
1939. The war is on. A promising young architect is offered a job to spearhead construction of a new wing at the Vatican.
Wait a minute, Ma. You say your Italian is rusty, but you know the word for spearhead?
It was my brother's nickname for a while as a child. Anyway.
Non c'è pensare.
I can't believe you're denying your own mother. Denying her what?
Springsteen tickets, Rose. Will you please stay out of this?
Dorothy is trying to keep Augustine and me apart. They're absolutely adorable, Nat. Dorothy, how could you? It's mean.
Girls, Ray and I aren't dating. I mean, Miles is in Europe with some students, and I needed an escort for the Children's Hospital fundraiser. Miles suggested I take Ray. As a friend, that's all.
Well, then you're missing a prime opportunity, honey. Going out with your boyfriend's friend is very exciting. Take it from me, I wrote the book on dating.
And then, you're gonna love this. Dom DeLuise takes me by the arm and insists I tell Bert the story.
Sophia, I don't want to hear any more about it.
Not even the part when Bert and Dom insisted I repeat the story to Lonnie Anderson?
That's it? I don't want to hear another word.
Oh, Cinderella's back.
And as your leader, I must decree that the fault indeed lies with Nolan.
Well, since we're being honest, Dorothy, I have a question for you. You're supposed to be my best friend. Best friends are supposed to be able to confide. I don't get to see very much.
So, if it's relatives you want, you should stay right here in Miami. Howard Johnson's does less business than this house has over the years.
That is true. We've all had our share of family showing up.
I think things are going very nicely.
Save it, Ma. I am going to tell Uncle Angelo the truth.
Didn't work last night, and it's not gonna work tonight.
Ta-da! Come on, put it on.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The stone goes on top, Rose.
Oh, it is beautiful. Out there.
Is this what impressed you?
Believe me, Dorothy, she's very bright.
Really?
I'm telling you, we were the only two in the bar who got the jokes on the cocktail napkins. Dorothy, I want you to meet our attorney, Tracy. Tracy, this is Dorothy.
Howdy-ho. I'm going to sleep. I don't know how long I've got, but I deserve better company in my final years.
Good night, Mom. Now, you know, Rose, I think Blanche has the right idea, marrying some... Blanche, I want to apologize.
Okay.
I apologize.
That's it?
I can't think of anything else to say. I behaved terribly.
I know.
No, you don't. Oh, I went to Stan's hotel room tonight because I thought you were there.
Well, I wasn't.
I know.
At 8 o'clock.
See you later, Boff. Biff. Patrick.
Blanche, come on. Hi, Mr. Vaughn.
Oh, please call me Patrick.
I mean, I don't think it's a good idea to hook up with a 60-year-old man with a bad heart. What guarantee do I have we'll have any kind of future together?
Blanche, in life, there are no guarantees. There are choices.
Well, then my choice is either to play it safe or to take a risk.
It's when you came in and rewrote that second scene in the kitchen where we're talking about looking in the mirror.
That was the first season.
Right.
That was the first season.
Oh, was that the first?
It was before I got.
Whether it was the second show of the first season. Is that what it was?
Yes, I believe it was.
We did that sketch when we went to England. We did that same sketch when, you know, always on your...
I have this because of Ma.
Oh, Ma. Life isn't just valued by the money you leave. It's the memories, the love. And you filled my life with that.
You're right, Pussycat. And I should want to see 1939. The war is on. A promising young architect is offered a job to spearhead construction of a new wing at the Vatican.
Wait a minute, Ma. You say your Italian is rusty, but you know the word for spearhead?
It was my brother's nickname for a while as a child. Anyway, reflex. I'll fix your plate of mine, Blanche.
And I'll try some of yours, Rose.
Coming right up. Oh, I hate thunderstorms. They make me a nervous wreck.
That's another reason I don't like to bunk with you, Rose. Everything makes you nervous, and when you're nervous, you...
Did you have happy times then?
Yes, actually, we did. It was a chance to get together and remember other happy times.
She's beginning to get to me. In Sicily, we used to wash our dishes in the river.
I hope that's Mr. Fix-It.
We used to beat them against the rocks.
No, Sophia, you...
Tell me, Rose, do any of your kids still have their own teeth?
I know it's a little sweet, but it's Kirsten's favorite.
So, what are you and your daughter planning on doing this week?
Oh, my granddaughter's never been to Florida before, so I thought I'd take them to Sea World and Gator World and Reptile World and Parrot Village.
What? The parrots don't get a...
Didn't give me Dr. Myron Rosenzweig will. Oh, that man is the Picasso of plastic surgeons.
Well, just be sure he doesn't attach one of them to your forehead.
Hello, what's shaking?
Blanche's breasts.
That's why she's going to be...
Yes, Blanche?
Yes, come on in.
Thanks.
Meet everybody, Rose.
Hello. Hello.
Dorothy.
Rose. That's Sophia. Sophia. Oh, sit down. Oh, yes, thanks. Well, who's the lucky bride?
You must be referring to the once and future Mrs. Yutz.
My husband.
Weasel of a manager wouldn't budge an inch. He pushed us to the wall. Now it's all out war.
What do you mean, Ma?
Tomorrow morning, all Chow Wagon employees over the age of 70 are officially out on strike.
You're going to pick at the restaurant?
No, Rose, we're going to put on war paint and shoot flaming arrows at the covered wagon out front.
Developed early, and all the boys noticed and hit on me. Not one boy was ever interested in my mind.
Get out of here.
It's true. But you, Blanche, I mean, men are drawn to you
They used to tell me I was building a dream with peace and glory ahead.
I picked up our lottery tickets. Here we go.
Oh!
Here we go.
Now, I forget, how's this go again? To win something, you have to get 3 to match?
Right, if you get 3 coconuts, you win $100.
What if you get 3 palm trees?
You don't have 3 palm trees. That means you win $10,000.
Ma, I know what a palm tree looks like.
This food, except for the carrot raisin salad. I've never understood carrot raisin salad.
No, Mrs. Taylor, it's Flintstone, not Flintstein. Lovely neighbors you got there, mister.
No, get away. Go over there. Move.
Okay, take it easy.
Of course, I lost my mama's jewels because of somebody else's energy.
I got no energy. I'm going to sleep.
Blanche, come on, don't be absurd. Look, we were robbed and now it's over. It has nothing to do with energy. It has nothing to do with being single. It has to do with a lousy lock on a sliding door. And this is the prettiest outfit I own. Then you tell me I don't look very good in it. Now, which one is the truth?
Both. Look on the bright side, honey. How often do you get out of your robe on the weekends?
I finished loading the cartons into the car.
Oh, thank you, Daisy, darling.
You know, it's very sweet of you to give up your Saturdays. Responded.
Of course I did. They were in the shoebox I took to the post office last week. Unless
What?
Unless I sent my best pair of heels overnight mail.
Ma, this is terrible.
You're telling me now I don't have shoes for the party.
Girls, costing the taxpayers money. Yank out that tree and start pouring cement.
Mrs. Claxton, think about what you're doing. That beautiful old tree is 200 years old. How can you hate a living thing?
I hate you.
That's it. I have had all I'm going to take from
by the parents.
Is that what's bothering you, Sophia? Nobody asked your permission?
It's the Italian tradition. What do you think Fiddler on the Roof was about?
That's a Jewish musical.
What do you mean Jewish? I remember there was Enzo Stewani, Dom DeLuise.
That my mother might have given you the wrong idea about what kind of man my brother Phil was.
Not to worry. The good Lord has given me a sixth sense, so to speak. I can tell a lot about a person just by looking at them.
He was special.
I'm sure.
Well, period. Some things never change. I'm going to go through with it.
Well, good for you. Yeah. And thank you for listening to me.
Oh, Victor, come on. Let's get a table. There's something I have to tell you.
Business partners, that's the extent of it, you understand?
Okay.
Okay, I give up. Business partners, I understand. We shake on it? I need you, Dorothy. Without you, I'm nothing. Do you hear me? Nothing.
Stan, as much of a turn-on as this is, get off the floor.
I belong.
We always did our own plumbing on the farm. Of course, we didn't actually get plumbing till I was 18.
Rose, tell me something. How difficult would it be for us to repair that bathroom ourselves?
Well, it wouldn't be difficult at all.
Oh, forget it. Forget it. It's a crazy idea.
You got that right.
How do you know those words?
I guess it's from reading the American Journal of Abnormal Psychology. It's published in St. Olaf, you know. In fact, my Uncle Gunter used to be the editor.
And what were you, the centerfold?
I'm sorry, but I refuse to believe you.
What are you wearing, Blanche?
Oh, I'll probably just grab some dazzling little number from my closet that these people have not been privileged to see. Maybe the red sequin strapless backless low-cut mini.
Why don't you just tie a scarf around your waist?
Your mother was just having fun.
Yeah, well, all this fun is killing her. Just wish she'd moved in with me when I asked her to.
Kirsten, you're just upset. We all are. But you have to know, these two women love her like a sister. And I love your mother like she was my own.
Yeah, well, you're forgetting one thing, though. I'm her daughter.
I'm a Feldman, damn it. A buffalo. Oh, ladies, now please, I beg of you, let us put aside our ancient prejudices and change these rules. Oh, ladies, let my people in.
I always figured it was perfect for my Dorothy.
Oh, he sure is. He's smart, he's sophisticated.
I was talking blind.
I'll get it.
Hello.
Well, hello there. How have you?
Excuse me, you made a mistake. Those peaches aren't 59 cents a pound, they're 89 cents. Honesty is the best policy.
What are you trying to do, Rose? Qualify for some kind of scout badge?
I can't help it if I'm an honest person. Obviously something you don't know anything about.
What are you talking about?
When you bought panties...
Understand? Yes, I do. I did a very stupid thing, and it can't be undone. But I'm going to do everything I can to make it up to Kate. I love her. And I promise you that nothing like this will ever happen again.
Good. Good. Because if it does, I will break every bone in your hand.
Be exhausted. Why, I rode in the cab. I didn't push it.
Oh, Sophia, honey, how nice to see you.
Who are you?
It's me, Blanche.
You look like a prostitute.
Sophia, the things you say, she didn't mean that with the... Don't worry, we'll all be at that charity dinner. This is just an allergy. Believe me, if I were coming down with something, I'd know it, and I wouldn't risk getting the rest of you sick.
Oh, you don't have to worry about me, honey. I never get sick. I take very good care of myself. I treat my body like a temple.
Yeah, open to every...
Ma, thank God you're here.
Arrested for prostitution. I can't believe it.
Sophia, we're innocent.
I know that. I can't believe these dumb cops would think anyone would pay money to sleep with you.
Blanche, what is that thing?
She's decided to install a change machine.
Oh, it's called a Holter monitor. Makes a kind of ticker tape of the heart.
What's wrong with your heart?
Oh, nothing. Dr. Stein just thought it sounded a little irregular. I think it's because
But how can I say no to the man I love? I can't even say no to the men I like. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Blanche, honey, calm down. Let's talk it out. You'll feel better.
Oh, there's nothing to talk about. I already know what both of you are going to say. Dorothy will say
I hate when I get stuck behind one of those.
he's dead, sweetie. But hey, I'm used to it. I put 3 in the ground. Well, what can I tell you? I like 'em old, rich, and barely breathing. Why don't I?
You can have the boy.
can't just move in here. Let them do their work from a van, like real police on TV.
Look, we'd like your cooperation on this, but you have every right to say no.
No.
Girls, I think we need to discuss this. I don't think I ought to go. I'm just so vulnerable. Does anybody know how to say vulnerable in Spanish? Oh, never mind. I'll say it with my eyes. Adios.
I said it before and I'll say it again. Sluts just heal quicker.
I thought you were lonely. I thought you needed me.
I did, and you were there just like always. I love you, pussycat. But hey, I got my own life to live. Adios.
Boy, that bull would have been jealous.
Rose, quite frankly, I don't get it. What is this hold that Buzz has over you?
Oh, I know exactly what she's going through, Dorothy. First love can be very powerful.
Boy, am I glad I didn't jump.
Me your pearls, Ma. I need you to stay off my back.
What? What'd I do?
I am going out with a new man tonight, and he is not Italian.
Oh, who is he, Dorothy?
Oh, his name is Glenn O'Brien.
Where'd you meet him? His name is O'Brien, 2-1. She met him at a gin mill.
No, he's a teacher at the school where I...
Slide. Dorothy? Rose? Well, don't you girls believe me? Sophia?
I believe you, Blanche. Absolutely. Hello? I need a number for People magazine. The department...
Self-portrait, so interesting.
You're here.
Yes.
Gee, out of 3 noses, why did you keep the biggest?
All the galleries make the same mistake. They've hung it upside down.
Oh, then those aren't noses. Bothers you. Put a pillow over my face. How could I sleep with that racket?
What racket?
Your pencil.
My pencil?
You're pressing too hard.
Oh, we're sorry. We thought you were making a little joke to raise our spirits.
No, I want to get my head frozen, and I want you to promise me you'll help me with this.
All right. If it'll make you happy, I will see that your head gets to the cryogenics people. And
All alone, I heard footsteps. Oh. It was my nightmare come true. Someone was after me. I ran. He ran. I ran faster. He ran faster.
No.
He grabbed my arm, and I turned around and dropped him. Kneed him right in his safe deposit box.